Hello friends, welcome to the next painting session. This is the topic for the day. I have given actually final painting here. During the painting process, I have also put picture in picture of the original painting as well, but it's more or less the same. This is a wooden house in the snow. In fact, the majority of the house looks to be made from wooden logs and very little from wooden planks. So that makes the house look very interesting, but nevertheless the intricacies as far as the sketching and painting are concerned, it increases because for example, the walls of the house, normally we end up painting plain color with some shade variation here and there, but now all the walls of the house are made up of wooden logs. Therefore, each and every log needs to be painted properly. At the same time, we need to ensure that the house has a proper perspective. Of late, I have been sketching at the normal speed, not the fast forward speed. So do let me know whether you want it that way, or the fast forward sketching is okay, or like my earlier videos where actually I did not show any sketching at all. I directly took the duly sketched painting and then started off with the painting straight away. The advantage being the length of the video reduces drastically. Now this video is 46 minutes. Out of that, I think 30-40% is sketching itself. So let me know. The reason I am saying that is because there is hardly any value addition that you are getting by looking at my sketching activity. Nevertheless, possibly you might be learning something as well. But if you feel that way, do let me know that you want sketching. I will continue, because anyway I am doing sketching. So whether I do it on camera or without camera, it doesn't matter actually. Here the sketching has to be done with lot of intricacies of so many wooden logs, and the important and the most important actually thing we need to always bear it in mind is the snow we are not going to paint. It is going to evolve. Once we paint this particular house and the trees, the snow is going to be evident. Like for example, the trees, when they are painted across that slant roof, so the painting stops at the edge of the roof and the edge gets formed automatically. So that is what is negative painting. Therefore, this entire painting is actually a negative painting. Even the bottom side, right side of the snow, nice slant slope of the snow is evident because we have painted the house that way. You must have noticed, I have also ensured, in fact the photo is also like that, that the right side, for example, the snow is prominently seen, bright white. Can you tell me the reason? Yes, the reason is because of the very high contrast between the dark wooden surface and the snow. In fact, one tends to feel as if the paper has become more white as compared to its original whiteness. The reason is our eyes trick the brain because of the dark contrasting partition there. That's actually, it is adding, the house is adding to the beauty because of these dark shades. Even the basement of the house, the entire thing is so dark, and immediately below that is the snow. That's why the snow gets prominence automatically. I would have actually preferred the trees also to be darker than these, but then they are not. So be it. Here again, you may like to make a block painting first, block sketching first, by sketching the house without wooden logs, only like a hut, and then sketch the wooden logs later on, so that once you are sure that your hut perspective wise, the size and shape wise is okay and perfect, then converting those walls into wooden logs is going to be simpler. Most of this painting will be in brown color and some green. So we have used yellows and browns here. Naples yellow, and the browns are burnt umber and raw umber. And further, the darkest portions are as usual red, brown and ultramarine blue. I have not used black color, neither have I used Piney's grey. The green shade is made slightly more darker by using one of that olive green color, add to that some red, brown and ultramarine. I have used masking fluid for the trees, but while doing the painting I felt that it may not have been necessary. But nevertheless, I thought snow on the tree leaves can be painted with a masking fluid first, then the tree can be painted, the snow automatically gets highlighted when we remove the masking fluid. Nevertheless, no harm done, it's come out very well. I love this painting, nice painting, good learning as well. Actually, the masking fluid could have been better for those balcony cross members. Maybe you can do that. As soon as you climb over those snow-clad stairs, there are two pillars and there are cross railings. All those can be masked and the entire thing painted, and the masking fluid can be removed later on and painted. even that could have been a good idea, because here I had to keep on painting block by block in between the railings. Even the window on the top, the frame can be masked. It becomes easier for painting. See, it's already 10 minutes and our sketching still continues. So I'll stop here and we will begin our commentary when we start the painting.
फुलका खायचंय का ते टोमॅटोची कच्च्या टोमॅटोची भाजी आणि ते हे आहे
चालेल.
भात केलाय तिने पण एक फुलका करते.
चालेल.
Right. So, what I have decided is there is this wooden structure which is having dark, yellow, dark brown, light brown, those shades. So the first wash can comfortably be light yellow, which is, and I have selected Naples yellow here. We need to ensure that that window which has a glare, white glare, should not be painted. And of course the snow should not be painted. So paint rest of the things, and it will also help us to ensure that our painting gets limited to this yellow first wash, because the snow will evolve. We don't have to paint the snow. So this Naples yellow, give it to the entire, brown and dark surfaces. These wooden logs painting also, as was done in earlier paintings, we need to give the dark color and smoothen it out by a humid, only water laden brush. World really offers variety of photo and painting avenues. Sky is the limit. Actually, we can keep on painting without repeating the topic. Now the country where I live, India, it has on the northern part such a snow is there. I'm not sure, but above 30 degrees roughly, a large amount of snow could be seen. I'm not sure whether I should have added electric cables or maybe an electric pole somewhere, just to add beauty to this. I have, as of now, gone straight away by copy pasting the reference photo. Look at that dark corner there on the top. When it contrasts with the white surface, the white becomes whiter. So needless to say that there is zero scope for any error when you are painting that dark corner there. Because if you make a mistake, removing that excess paint is possible, but the patch will remain, and then that charm of having a beautiful white snowy surface will be lost. So not that I am making you nervous, but I am just giving a word of caution so that you are extra careful. And doesn't matter even if it gets spoiled for a few paintings earlier. It may happen. In fact, quite a few of the paintings earlier may have to be scrapped. It actually, one can say, maybe 9 out of 10 may be required to be scrapped. Eventually, the damaged or the painting not to our satisfaction reduced from 9 to 8, 7, 6. Now these days I am at 0 level. Happy about it. What I am trying to say is, when I paint 10, all 10 out of 10 generally are nicely painted. I don't need to keep aside any painting. Normally you are not happy about the painting because of various reasons initially. Number one is the improper sketching is many times not evident during the pencil work and is seen only after the painting is done. Then you get an idea that the sketching was not proper. Somewhere something has gone wrong. The size, the shape, the perspective, something has gone wrong. Number two is you have messed up and given darker shades somewhere, and it's a point of no return in case of watercolor. So follow the discipline, light to dark, carefully. It's a good idea to keep on going back few steps and observing the painting from a distance, and you will notice if there are some likely errors. And correct them. So always it's a good idea to take a break after every, say, 10 minutes. Look at the painting from distance. Of course, practice is very important. For example, these vertical lines which I am giving with this brush or with the pencil earlier, or horizontal lines, it is essential that you give them confidently with a single stroke. Otherwise the charm is lost. So how do you ensure that? There is no shortcut. Practice. Again, mixing up of colors to get arrive at a particular color with the limited palette that you have. But that is less of a problem. A slight variation in the shades here and there doesn't spoil the painting to a large extent. So it's okay. You will learn that eventually. Many times I see the newcomers, the painting is having very poor contrast. In the sense, if I give 1 to 10 rating to the tonal value, 1 being the lightest, 1, 2, 3 maybe, 4, 5, 6 are possibly middle tones, 7, 8, 9, 10 are the dark tones, then I find most of the painting is between 1 and 6, which doesn't give so much of impact. Newcomers are afraid to use darker colors. In this painting, for example, if you are inside the house as well as the basement, all these areas are really very dark. But if you limit them to middle tone, then the charm will be lost. So don't be afraid. And as I said, you are anyway moving from light to dark, right? So your painting is already having a light tone and a middle tone. Now you need to only find out and darken certain areas which will enhance the painting quality. In fact, while selecting the topic for painting, whether it's a plein air or it's a reference photo, it's a good idea to ensure that the site you are selecting for this plein air is having bright light, sunny, some sun rays somewhere, and dark shadows formed because of the various objects like trees or houses, shadows. So if these shadows, especially slant shadows of the roofs of the house or the shadows of the buildings or the trees on the road, a shadow formed by a car, you should take such topics for painting. Then the topic becomes interesting. A typical rainy season is also part of life, but when you become more proficient, then you go ahead with that, because then your all other aspects of painting you would have mastered. Then even the neutral color paintings also will look nice. In fact, generally in the artist journey, junior artist should always paint bright, colorful locales. As you become a senior artist, then you can move towards the evening street lights scene or a rainy day. So they need to be painted in neutral colors, lots of grays, browns. So select subjects with bright sunlight and shadows. As far as the paper is concerned, this is artist paper. Colors, I have all the three varieties: Winsor Newton, Daniel Smith, and our Camlin colors. I compared these colors by giving the same color on a piece of paper, and I found that more than 50% I can go ahead with the Camlin color. They are much cheaper. Daniel Smith, as I said earlier also, there are some colors like the red brown, the cobalt turquoise, or the cobalt deep green, lavender, or opera pink. These are the unique colors which are really beautiful. So, a cobalt blue, for example, Winsor Newton, you should not use any other cobalt blue, even ultramarine blue, Winsor Newton. There are some colors of some of the companies, I think they have gained expertise in that. And paper, of course, I am convinced that you should not compromise at all. It has to be arches over a period of 100-150 years of experience. I think they have mastered the art of this preparing 100% cotton papers, whether it's a rough or it's a fine paper. Nothing to beat arches. Of course, they are 10-15 times more expensive than some of these local brands like Chitrapat in India. Good for initial stage, but even Baohong is coming fairly close to arches. Lana is also good. I am not very much convinced about Fabriano, Canson, but nevertheless, normally I have been using arches. Makes a lot of difference. Good, this is already started showing that negative effect. It's right now the snow is not really evident. You feel like there is a patch of house color we are giving, but it will be eventually evident when we paint the trees around the roof. Then you will come to know that it is the snow. As you must have noticed, I have been selecting a variety of topics, unlike many of the artists who possibly are interested in landscapes. I do cityscapes as well, still life, flowers, birds, to name a few. Like this one is a snow. I do work in other mediums also, though I am not actually actively putting them on the YouTube because they are large in size, 3 feet by 4 feet, those kind of sizes, and I am finding it difficult as I'll need to really modify my studio to accommodate those sizes. So right now I am focusing on watercolors, and watercolor is the best medium for learning. First of all, it takes much lesser time, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on size of the painting. That's all. But for large size acrylics, oils of course it may take few weeks or even a month. Drying time is a major issue there. Acrylic is faster, but still, if the size is large, it's you may require a week. Whereas watercolor, as I said, few hours and the painting is ready. Quite fast. Resources are much less because using the turpentine, the linseed oil is messy. Cleaning the brushes. But of course the final outcome also speaks for itself. All the 3 mediums, or actually I sometimes do soft pastels as well, all the 4 mediums They have their own uniqueness. They have their own charm, own beauty. One cannot say watercolor is the best or oil color is the best or acrylic is the more beautiful than any of these mediums. Nothing like that. See, now that the trees are almost done, the roof of this house is now clearly seen as if having a snow, and the entire hut is looking like it is standing in the snow. If you like my way of presenting, do let me know any suggestion, improvements. Also do subscribe so that you will keep on learning variety of topics. In my tutorial here, I use a lot of additional inputs for the new artist, that is the picture in picture. I give a lot of captions giving which colors I am mixing. I am also now giving commentary, highlighting the speciality of that very painting and some general remarks which will be helpful. So again, let me know if you want any specific direction and I can course correct. So do like, do subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you will automatically get the indication when my new painting tutorial is live. Normally I am giving one tutorial a week every Friday, so that most of you guys who are Saturdays, Sundays are available and can actually, without procrastination, go ahead with practicing what I have demonstrated on Friday. Great, I think I will stop my commentary here as the painting is almost over. Some final touches will be given. And see you next week. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.